up, Shady Sports Network? I'm back here on the Sunday night with a special guest, Mr. TJ Ketelsen. TJ, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing today, boss?
I'm doing good. So, right off the bat, I would be remiss if I didn't mention, this week you had a big day yourself. You got married, which is a huge life event. How have you been feeling, man?
Oh, life is good, man. Life is good. I've been telling all my buddies, been together for 5 years now, so don't really feel no different for me. But always fun to be around your friends and family, and enjoy stuff like that. So it's been a good day, been good time.
Definitely. That's awesome to hear. Um, so kind of going to your football career here, you're owner of the Tri-State Tridents. You guys all play the Sioux City Bandits. So what goes into a semi-pro team playing a pro team?
Oh man, the prep's totally different. When you're playing other semi-pro teams, you know that no matter what, you're gonna have a similar caliber of athlete. At any professional level, the caliber of athletes is just superior to most semi-pro teams. So you got to prepare for a whole new level of physicality, not to mention the advanced mental approach they take. So, yeah, it was definitely a new experience for a lot of our guys. Every semi-pro teams, you got guys who probably didn't play in even college or even high school. So it was definitely interesting to watch our guys try to learn how to study film, how to prep to, take on a professional team like that.
For sure. So, I mean, semi-pro is a whole different animal. You got teams across the country. There's semi-pro teams in Alaska. There's semi-pro teams near the waters of Hawaii. They're everywhere. So, I guess semi-pro football is kind of vague in terms of the requirements and different things. You being a team owner, what's something that you look for when recruiting players?
Biggest thing I look for is I want to find local talented football players. I want to see film of you. I want to see that you can play football, right? I feel like there's a big difference between real semi-pro teams and amateur teams, right? So a lot of these teams, they got mismatched jerseys, mismatched helmets. Guys, show up and play the games, but we don't look for guys like that. We want you to be committed to being a part of our program. You got to be able to foot the bill for your uniforms, attend practice, and actually compete on a football field. We're going to schedule games against guys like the Bandits. We can't be going out there with guys who don't know what they're doing. So I feel like we try to differentiate ourselves in that regard. Try to look for football players in the area who have a real resume, some film to back it up, and that we can fit into our travel arrangements.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be like that Indiana team with the pistol whip. That was crazy. It's important to be prepared and everything. So I guess the biggest thing is semi-pros on the rise. A lot more players are playing at a level that you don't expect. You see guys moving from semi-pro to pro. You personally, I know you're a free agent quarterback yourself. Do you have any, I guess, desire to go back and play in the CIF?
Oh, I feel like if you're playing semi-pro and you really don't want to chase a potential pro opportunity or college opportunity and you're under the age of, 35, I don't really know. For me, I'm a competitor. I want to reach the highest level I can and push myself to be that regardless of what team I own, right? So even if I could, get an indoor contract, I'd love to. But as of right now, my focus is making my team and myself the best I can be.
For sure. Um, Going into 2024, have you been in contact with any CIF teams about playing a game?
No, I've been in talks, with Matt Wells, who's my quote unquote agent. He's been helping me kind of learn the process of how free agency works. And it's gonna be a long shot. I gotta put some good film out there. Excuse me. I gotta get my name out there. And hopefully get some more of these indoor teams to kind of show what I can do on that level of football. Anytime you're a guy who doesn't really have the college football background, you're gonna have an uphill battle to get to that level because those guys, they got great resumes, great skill sets. So at this point, no, but I'm hoping, that another good year of film out there, and maybe we can see what happens.
For sure. That's awesome. Kind of going with the flow type. Um, so you owning a team yourself, what is your like day-to-day routine looking like during the season?
Oh, so I have to, I always, no, excuse me. I've always got my work phase and my football phase. in my owner phase. Football for me is a player. That's my player phase, right? When I go to practice, I'm a player. But every other second I'm dealing with football, but I'm not in, a group chat. We're talking with the guys. I'm acting as the owner. So I have to, all season long, mark out my recruiting times, my practice schedules, work with my coaches, coordinate all of our travel, league issues. I probably spend about 40% of my football time playing and 60% owning. So it's definitely a tough balance to juggle. The key is you got to find a staff, right, that everyone knows makes the decisions, regardless of who owns the team, right? You got to have a coaching staff in place that makes the decisions on who plays, the game plans, all that stuff. You can't try to do both.
For sure. So, I mean, kind of going on that note, there's a lot of shuffling and movement in the arena indoor game. You have the CIF, kind of going in. It's all out of order. They've changed their name to CIFL, and then you have the AIF coming in. And then the AFL is coming back. What are your thoughts on all of these new leagues?
Me personally, I've always favored leagues that have been around, right? League tenure means a lot to me. You see too many leagues spring up and fail for me to ever trust new leagues. So if until I see, some really established teams go to these new leagues, they don't really cross my radar, I pay attention to the teams I know have been around and competed at a level for a lot of years. Teams like the Bandits and the Beef making that move to the NAL, that stands out to me, right? Because that's two well-known teams that can.
For sure. So, TJ, it's been great having you on tonight. My final question for you is, obviously you're a team owner, you're a team player, you're doing things that obviously a lot of people dream of. How do you stay motivated on a day-to-day basis?
You just gotta love football, man. I love football. I love doing what I do. I love competing to be the best version of myself I can be as an owner and a player. And as long as I still love it, I'm gonna do it at some level.
Yes, sir, man. Well, TJ, really appreciate your time tonight. I wish you the best of luck, and I look forward to watching you here on YouTube soon.
I appreciate it, boss. Have a good rest of your night.
Yes, sir. You too, man.
I'm a game changer.